guys, welcome in to another stream. We have the King of Catan Proven Competitors League, Round 2, Table 9, with bohrkopf, Sunset subbing for Carter Sauce, Sparrowhawk, and Swood. Pretty stacked table here. Pretty blessed to be covering this game. Let's talk about it. Yeah, so previous to the start of the stream, we had some small banter between Sunset and bohrkopf, just illuminating bohrkopf's skills in other games such as Risk. We just know bohrkopf is an incredibly smart person and player and very kind, so it's definitely cool to see that kind of rapport already start happening before placements have begun. So Swood placed in the first position, took about 2 minutes of their 2.5 minute bank, and went 6-9-10. Looking at the board here, we have two 12 pip production spots, 111 pip, 211 pips, 311 pips. So definitely think he picked the best spot on the board. You have 3 different resource distribution with brick, wheat, and sheep, as well as the most amount of pips available on this board, which is 12. You get on the most important resource that some would argue is wheat on the 6. And you also get access to 2 ports, one being uncontested, you would think being the 9 brick 3-for-1, which is the most important port in the game, in my honest opinion, as it brings the most utility. Swood, as a player, has been ranked number 1 in Catan Champs Season 27. He, as well, was a finalist in the Canadian Nationals in 2022. Outside of Swood, as well as bohrkopf, their game IQ is incredibly high, as I believe he is a top, internationally, correct me if I'm wrong, ranked Clash Royale player, which is pretty insane. I love that game, and there were moments where I thought I was good at that game, and then I would just get emoted on with a bunch of crying king emojis when I lost. So I got humbled real quick. But pretty cool.
Yeah,
2 strong players that
just
are
feel
also
like
good in other aspects of the gaming community. Just a lot of critical thinking, which we love that about Catan.
I thought we were supposed to grab brick.
bohrkopf goes 6-4-11, which is an interesting pick here. Instead of taking the production for 5-8-10, and then probably the next best spot, in my opinion, being the 5-9-10, down to the 3-for-1 port, just for the port's sake. However, going 6-4-3, you guarantee yourself or wheat sheep production. Not only that, but this is bohrkopf's opportunity to get onto wheat this early in the game, depending on what comes back, and matching that with the best ore on the board is not a terrible idea. And I think maybe he sees this board a little bit open where he has options regardless. But an ore wheat sheep is incredibly safe, especially with the 3-for-1 port on the 6 wheat.
Right now?
No, not right now. No, but
yeah, it's not super necessary to get onto the wheat as early as Kelly is now pointing out in chat. Now looking at the board, I was kind of focused on the 6s, but even the double 8 is pretty nuts. Yeah, I do like 9-5-10 a lot here for second. I
guess you're surrounding everything around the 9-5-10
I like Swood going there first. But moving on to bohrkopf, or I guess coming back to bohrkopf, he is a Division 1 champion, as well as a finalist in Catan Champs the following season. I believe he won the first division championship within his 2nd month of being in the first division, which is pretty insane and speaks on the kind of level of player he is. Again, a very kind person as well, so you love seeing good people win, basically. He is a table talker, and I love that about him. I love that about this game. I think I mention that all the time, and I'll continue to do so. I think that's a great part of this game. But between him and Swood, I think they're more on the sort of aggressive, not really aggressive, but more aggressive than Sunset is in terms of table
Yeah,
talk.
I think so too.
Even though there is table talk from Sunset, but all very fair in my opinion. Just different
That
styles.
seems very reasonable.
Yeah, bohrkopf's bio.
Tell me why I called that you would take
He's a
9, 5, 10
sweetheart
in third.
for sure, but I think that's part of the almost the table talk
Well-
charm.
It's because that was my second choice. It says second as well. I think it's just a good spot.
So Sunset goes 5, 9, 10, which I think is a great pick here.
Sparrow.
I think
I think I know what Sparrow.
Well,
for sure should go in
what else are
third.
you gonna take?
You could
right? Like,
argue
all the other
it can go in
spots aren't
second.
good.
But I love it because you match
Like
wood
the
and
8, 5, 10
brick
maybe, but then
on
8,
two
5,
high
10,
producing numbers.
You can get 5, 6,
And that's the
11
only
if you take
plot
5, 9, 10 instead.
spot you could do that on this board.
Could have opted into Sparrow setup, which won't be bad.
Maybe,
Which, speaking of, did OU win?
Won't be bad.
but I think I think yours is better.
Let's go.
OU did not. OU almost won.
Got
OU
both.
sucks, by the way,
You RNG to a better side.
if anybody cares. College football.
Gotta love when you're winning before placements start. It's always a good thing.
Well, that's just how Carter Sauce, roll.
So they're already talking about who's kind of ahead here,
Do you mean
and
starter
Swood's in the best spot,
Get some
mentioned from the board, based on what's probably going to be left.
Yeah, mixing up the letters, it happens.
No, Kelly, like, literally that's exactly what it is, UCF. I did go to Texas, so, like, I do, like, hate OU, but it's UCF. Yeah, I went to UT. Oh yeah, you're from Florida. Nice. So Sparrowhawk is the player I think we have not talked about here, and the player that I'm least familiar with, just because of their, I guess, main presence in Catan community, where my main presence I would say is in Catan Championship and other areas where I stream, games and tournaments, but I believe I have played with them at least once, and they're also a very nice player, so this should be a very good and competitive game, one who themselves have a lot of accolades. They've won multiple end of the C&K tournaments, as well as an end of the month tournament and a Catan Community Open.
What? No.
I think having the
Not
ability
4-9-11.
to
But this is interesting.
win, expansion
idea.
tournaments
What the
This
fuck
such as
just happened?
CK, and I had like a
gonna
brief
make my
conversation
OV
with
cheat plan a lot
Swoop
harder.
prior to this
I-
game
Might-
about these other games such as 1v1, 2v2.
How is this gonna
I
make
actually
your roll
hold
plan harder?
those
Uh,
games at
like,
a higher standard in the regard of I am not good at them whatsoever.
yeah.
But I think in order to be good at those kind of
Yeah,
games,
but-
you have to have a
yeah, but
high
who's your
IQ
competition
and
for those
understanding
now?
of this game,
I guess Wood maybe.
and have another
Fair.
level of critical thinking where you understand the
Before it was
mechanics
known,
on a different
but
level
now,
that puts you
I
ahead of other
don't know
people.
if that is-
I'm not there yet as a
6
player,
here, actually.
but I do think people who are successful in those
It's very
areas
good, in fact.
are good players in general and get overlooked because of their preference in CK. Let's give an example with
You
Karn.
have to decide.
Anyways,
So-
moving forward here.
The difference is with the 6, 5,
Obviously,
11 you
yeah.
have to roll connect, right? And with the 8, 5, 10 you don't.
Yeah, actually, Sunset's pretty insane. Thank you for that reminder. Not only is he a Division 1 champion, but he's also a C&K champion
Yeah.
in the Catan Champ
It's the
server,
benefit to
which
the
means he's
teams,
a double
the
tournament
production,
of champions
the
competitor
1
for the
point
CK tourney
and I
tournament coming up, as well as the base tournament that happened previously.
'cause you don't get
Me?
Yeah, you have to double the 6.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've really thwarted you.
I think he's just taking 3, 4, 11 now. When he said, "Oh no,"
Okay.
there.
So
No.
Sparrowhawk decided to go 9-4-11, and then followed up with 6-12-3.
Yeah, I
So
think
a
the lead card
complete
is very powerful. So.
Chips
Yeah.
on the table,
Oh.
or we cheap.
I think he's taking
And I
it
think
now.
it's okay in this situation,
So,
but now Sunset wins the game.
As per usual.
I don't understand why you
what's the-
leave third position 5-8-10 here. I think taking 5, 8, 10 in
Yeah.
fourth
Get that
is
triple shares going.
is like gross, but it's unfortunately necessary. I think I would have gone 5, 8, 10, 8, 10. Granted, I'm not a multi-community
Definitely not bad.
Catan community champion, so they might have a different strategy and idea of what they plan to do.
Yeah.
And
Like
I
bots.
actually lean or wheat cheap normally as a player, but just for production's sake,
Oh, 8, 5, 10s.
the sheep port is or should be uncontested here
I
at
mean-
11, 12. But
I feel like this one gives you a road play, the other one gives you build to 10.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
wasn't
confused.
gonna take 3, 4, 11 either way. I don't think.
Yeah.
this is how bohrkopf wins these games
I
with
think I
his
would take
charm.
whatever you don't take.
How did he get 5,
Okay,
8,
cool.
10 here
That works. I played
I don't
with
know.
the thinking of 3, 4, 11.
in 7th position?
Yeah,
I almost think he
3,
could have
4,
taken
11
that in
makes sense,
second.
but I just think the production of the other spots is just too good.
So
So Sword.
Sunset wants to
what do you
play
think about me
a
pointing left
wood
to the
port
wood
game,
port?
obviously, but get onto the
On
311
8, 5, 10 or
and
8,
make
5,
sure
3?
that Sparrowhawk
On
is
8, 5,
limited to their
I think you should point right.
production of sheep, which is their only useful port.
Well, I'm not gonna point right.
And I think
The
at this
question is, do I
point,
point down or left?
Sunset could probably
Makes sense.
be playing a road
Yeah.
game
Are-
here
are-
where
are-
he can
Are you willing
connect
to give me
through
something not to point
the
left?
11, the 9.
Are you willing to give me something so you can point left?
What?
I mean, you
I
asked
would
the
have just
question,
taken.
so
I think I
followed
would
up
have just
the
taken the production.
Well, but
honestly,
I can just point left without.
5, 8,
giving
10
you
double fives for
Sure,
the
but
for
you'll have
wood.
no
Port
brick,
is a
you
free
don't have that
card.
brick on the board. So you could.
You have,
But if we're asking
you know,
someone to
doubled
point
up on
or
high
not to
producing
point, I think
numbers.
the one with the wood and the brick has the
You
leverage.
probably
question
get the brick port
Yeah, but
as
like,
well as the
why would
wood
I
port.
give you something and then point left?
onto
Well,
E3.
why would-
How does
Why
that
would
work?
you ask
I don't know.
me to give you something?
All right, you
I'm
guys
very
can
surprised,
correct me if
actually.
You're wrong, but I don't think either of you need to give
One-
the other anything. So maybe
I'm
we just
with
no.
you. I don't think
go
either
our
of us
separate
want the orb.
ways.
I don't think either of us want the orb port. Like I'm not going there. I don't think you're going there. It's a shit spot.
Yeah, the 6 week
Maybe.
triple shared is a good
That's
point,
a pretty funny extortion, though.
Yeah.
and I think
Uh,
Sunset also values the
Yeah.
ore
I mean, like obviously, if you go that way and then you
Because
double
it's
your
so limited on
3
this
to 1
board,
and you get a city on
as
6,
in, like,
4,
the
3, and you're
311
leading army, then
expansion.
yeah, I'd probably take the orb port from you.
but
like,
yeah, I'm
I don't
gonna
think
be
sure.
either
honest.
of us, either of us are
I
going.
don't
not
think
going
it
to
really matters, and I think pointing left is better because then I have more settle spots. Because both
Sounds
ports
good.
are shit.
Well, you almost got Swood. He was so
Yeah.
close to.
yeah, this is nuts.
Yeah, I almost give you my starting ore for
This
that
is,
wood.
this is literally
Panic
nuts.
in his voice.
Yeah.
Sood gets a good spot here. I mean,
All right, 8-3 it is.
Got him.
3-11-4 isn't.
The real
Terrible.
question is, do I point down?
It really isn't. It's the next best ore compared to the 4.
3?
You're actually on
Yeah.
wood, which you're like, oh, an 11 and 4, but like think about it like a 5. You know what I mean? Like it's still 5 pips and it's 2 different numbers. 7 pips is, 7 plus the 12 pips, 19 total pips production. You want to aim for like
on spot.
20 upside,
Yeah,
minimum
it's gonna be a
18,
tight
I
race
think.
Between me and Sparrow, we both have a lot of wood brick.
No, I feel like it's gonna be a tight race between Sparrow.
Because you
And
have
you
all
want
the
wood.
expansion basically on the right, where you go 3-11-4
3-11.
down, because
Yeah.
you never port
That 11 sheep is pretty good.
He's trying to
wheat.
Yeah.
See,
I mean,
he's
it would help
lost.
with my ore port. So
And then you just get onto 8-4.
Well, but
And then go on to
the
8.
question is also, do you need to prevent
I really like 3-11-4 here,
Sarder from
A lot.
from getting the ore, right? 'Cause
which is why I like
it's very dangerous
that
if
first
he
pick by
I mean,
Swood
it's
was
more about
just
the road connect
correct,
for him than the ore.
without a debate,
That's
I
a free
think.
ore.
Looking at it now,
But, I mean, he
where we
goes
can actually see
3-11
how the
wood
placements
port.
happen,
And then just connects and
but
he
Yeah.
can get his 6 petals.
I mean,
Yeah, he
if I
can
lose 3-11, I'm
start
not
citying as well.
that devastated. I'd just double my brick first.
Yeah.
Just stick the bottom, which are a little worse. Marginally.
It's still playable. I think you got road here.
Because Sparrow wants a lot of
Who will trade me a bunch of bricks?
Whoever is here,
I will.
if anybody would like to give
Oh.
a recommendation of who they think is gonna win, or not a recommendation, a pick,
Well, you know,
I should
I'd
say.
love
I
to
should
go
do
for it, but I
the
don't think it's playable here.
Kelly special, the high level streamer
That's what can go.
of like being able to set up like how to pick who the winner is
If-
and like set up a poll and all that stuff.
If Swood
Not
stops
there
Sarda
yet,
from
but
connecting, I think,
we'll get
I
there.
think that Swood has an amazing setup for them.
I do agree, Sunset looks great. Also,
Up to you.
welcome.
It's on the wheat board or not. It's going to be the best board this game.
I think the 5-9-10 is
Maybe.
just such a strong pick. And
I only did it because bohrkopf
I could
told
see
me
it
I
going
should.
second, but it of course it should go
I feel
third.
like I
And
should play.
they got it
Yeah,
third, and
exactly.
5-8-10 was open. I still would have gone 5-8-10. I don't know.
Dara, would you like to trade an ore for a wood?
Oh, what's up,
Why-
bro?
why would
Yeah,
you
of
want
course.
to have it or right
Literally,
now?
I'm glad that
Because there's a lot of wheat
I've
on
been
this
able
board.
to stream 2 of them. I'm hoping for a third.
You only have 1 week though.
I'll make sure to talk to Kelly about that.
I
Your games
zero
are
wheat.
always awesome. That game was so like
You only have
it was a little one of my
week,
favorites.
That's fine.
Double Harry Harv. Okay, so
I mean, there's a collective 25 pips of wheat on this board. I trust that we.
Swood goes 3-11-4,
The wood
which I
would
think
do
is the
nothing
pick
for-
here
because
for first
I'd still
and
get
eighth position. Rolls a 7
Alright.
immediately, and hits Sparrow on the 9. I might have missed why they stole from Sparrow, if there is any kind of conversation,
I didn't think so.
but I don't think it matters much here. Sunset rolls a 7, which is pretty convenient on their turn as they
Guy,
unblock
can I go up to
themselves.
my 311 in peace?
For an unblock.
That sounds fair.
So Sunset just asked for
I like this block.
a sheep for a
Well,
non-block.
it's the only thing where you can hit me,
Yeah.
The 10 sheep is
because
very
it's my
impactful.
only ore.
And your hand is garbage.
So Swood
My
is
hand,
gonna
yes, my hand is
pass a
garbage.
card his way from an extortion. I believe I heard sheep.
You're gonna get stolen from the next 3 times then.
So Sparrow got hit twice, I believe, for
Yeah,
both
you
of
gotta
his
go
ore.
3 times, then I'll catch
Which makes sense why Swood hit
4 times.
Sparrow, I think.
This is a really good way to play Catan that you found, I think.
Sunset spent
Yeah,
the
getting
ore,
stolen from
I believe, that he
the-
received,
taking the worst
bought a
side,
development
that's the best
card,
way.
as well as put a road there. It's a 311.
Wow, he was not in the right mood for Catan at all.
Yeah.
Oh, did somebody leave the
That's
game?
really sad, especially after
Okay, so
working harder and making him sub out. That sucks.
Sparrow unfortunately got robbed twice there, and I think
Dude,
it of course was just because of the ore.
imagine typing that after threatening.
I think, yeah, getting double stolen from is disgusting, especially in this position where you need every starting card
Yeah, I
to
don't
progress at all in
know,
this
man.
game. Getting hit once
I
is
think it's just-
understandable, but twice is tough.
I don't know if
I
it's
think they
biased, it's
both
the
were just
bandwagon.
looking for
never
ore
played this first.
and didn't give a lot of patience or conversation to
Sparrow's a nice
talk
hero, though.
about
Like,
thanks,
potentially receiving it from an extortion.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. It,
I think he'll still play, but at the moment he's no longer in BC.
I feel really bad because it's not my record. It's someone I'm subbing for. That just shouldn't be how it
Oh,
plays.
who are you subbing for?
Carter sauce.
Oh, right.
That's why my name is Sarter Cos.
Going back to the game, I believe
Right,
Sparrow
right.
played his turn, then passed, Swood rolled a 4,
Yeah.
and bought a development card, which to me that means,
I've never played Sparrow,
or it might,
but that's
maybe not, but I think Swood probably missed an ore from blue, or maybe they did get it.
I think it was just
Seeing
an
that it was
idea,
2 out of
like, don't
3.
take the best setup,
But either
hopefully
way,
you don't get blocked.
I would think Swood would hold for a
But then
city,
just start-
because
Yeah,
they would
that's why
only
you
need
just
one
start,
more
like,
ore
using
with the
resources.
3, and then they're on the 6, but that's why I think he maybe missed that. But
Yeah,
decides
what-
to buy
what
a
are we gonna
development
do,
card and
right?
build a road.
Sometimes it just happens.
Bohrkopf
Well,
rolls a 10,
My hand is still
Sunset
garbage.
rolls a 7, steals
Ironically,
from Sparrow,
Sparrow
Oh, this is old. Sorry. Bohrkopf
Nah, he's
rolls an
got an
8.
orange
Sunset
sheep,
rolls an
I
11.
think.
Yeah, it's the only valuable.
5 and a 7 for Swood, which
Didn't even extort him. How is he still molding?
I think Swood almost wanted a roll there compared to a 7 since he wasn't blocked,
Ooh.
but uses this opportunity to slow the next
You
best
guys
player
can
on the
be
board
quick.
in his
Quick
mind,
It's
which
just they
is
don't block right
Sunset.
now.
Makes some sense to
Five
test
wood,
his
five
dev,
wood sheep or wood.
as he's bought in one and he doesn't really care about, let's say, a 5 or a 9 block, seeing that they have another
Yeah.
wood and sheep
Didn't think so.
hex. Sunset will return the favor and test Swood's dev
Right back.
on their own
Interesting.
soloed brick.
I should have gone 6-4-2 maybe. With the second spot, 6-4-2 would have been better.
Alec,
That's me.
are you competing for 8-4 there?
No, it's you know, retaliation.
I respect it.
I actually think after I secured 11-3 from you, or got the deal, I should have gone to the woodport first. I think it was a mistake.
Yep. That's what you normally do to me. You get a deal and then you save it for 7 points into the game.
So they both luckily have a knight, both Sunset and Swood.
Call me crazy. I think I robbed bohrkopf
What?
here.
I have wood,
Oh,
sheep,
shit.
and wheat.
He says, "Call me
I'm
crazy, I'm gonna rob
I think
Bohrkopf."
so.
50% chance.
Pretty interesting, as Swood always
do you need?
normally makes the case that a player is
guess,
over 7
you
so they
trade
shouldn't
me,
get robbed, unless it's
A sheep.
a situation where they benefit from
Will you
it.
trade me a wheat?
But
No.
Okay.
Why?
I think that was an attempt at an extortion that failed, honestly. Sparrowhawk is not here, so knowing that they want to take
You were right.
a card from Sparrowhawk, it's
Yeah.
pretty easy to target the only player who's in
I don't
VC
want
that they're
Sparrow's cards.
sharing the block with.
God damn it! I got a 4-1.
Either way, though,
There's 20 bits of
Swood
wheat
steals
on
from
the board.
Sparrowhawk
He is on
again,
6 bits.
so correct me if I'm wrong.
Brutal.
There have been 5 robs, and it's 3-2, or 3-1 to 1.
Yeah.
Sparrow.
But I mean, 8, 5, 10, 9, 4,
I would also be pretty annoyed if I was
Yeah,
Sparrow.
I was looking at 6-5-10, 9-4-2.
At some point, like,
but I didn't think the 9-4-2
Can't
was
do much,
consistently left
especially
for
when
me.
you leave VC.
But I do
but it
want,
is just
this being
an
said,
annoying
Sparrow's slow start, I
situation.
do want him buying downs because I think that
Hi, Boob.
I'm sure you do.
Welcome to the stream.
Wow, I bet
Okay,
all of you don't
so
have this card.
Bohrkopf survived the 7.
Yeah, I don't really want to give
4
you
for 1
Rose
for
though.
for a dev.
Bohrkopf, why are we giving him
And I
Rose
think it's an okay thing to do here, as his ore is blocked,
It's not red
which is
cell,
his
it's
only
cell.
ore. There's no
No.
way for him to roll into a dev with that blocked. His
That
hand
triple
doesn't allow
share
him to
ores.
We can do
road,
Oh, no, that I
maybe,
can't do.
potentially, if he had
I mean, you got
Why
9
not?
only
cards,
4
you
wood
could do it
compared to
yourself,
5.
too.
Well, the reason why not is because I think.
And his setup kind of
the impactful part
screams
so, like,
or wheat
the free
sheep.
wood,
No.
for me, it
Once he
just-
gets onto the
No, it's
port,
not.
the 3 for 1 port,
It's not.
I would say.
No, I have 2 sheep in hand.
Oh,
The only players
Yeah,
who
there's
really
tons
are
of
going to
sheep on this
compete
board.
for road this game are
Then why don't
the
you
people
want
on
free
brick. It's too much
These
of
have tons
a
of wood too.
burden, I think, for
Actually, yeah.
Bohrkopf to do both.
I have wood.
And with blue stunted,
Bohrkopf, why are you
Bohrkopf
letting
actually
him
has a
talk
pretty
you into
good
this trade?
situation here, just off of his
You know,
production and
I
his
like-
port
I like
situation.
starter. Weird.
Thank you, man. If anything,
Okay.
I think I scammed myself by offering. the
Sunset
3 cards
rolled a
before I
10.
responded to the 2 cards. So.
Yeah.
whoops.
Wants to trade. Bohrkopf wanted to give him 3 for 1 trades. Sunset actually traded him 3 for 1.
So
which
first. I'm such a dummy.
Seems
So,
bad, but honestly,
if
you
we're gonna
could think
trade
about it
away
as the
3
bank.
woods for a
And
wheat,
it just
how do
puts
I-
Bohrkopf
I
over a
can't-
certain threshold to 7 out,
Yeah.
and it's
I
wood
feel
that
like
he already
wheat is such a common
produces.
card that
So
I
it's not a
thought
terrible move by Sunset,
taking-
and I actually like it a lot. There's a
Bohrkopf, do you
game
wanna do
we
non-block or
streamed
non-block?
here, I believe yesterday or the
okay.
day prior.
What are you gonna
There's been
do
a couple
instead?
games,
Probably the
but
9 sheep.
Pig made a lot of negative neutrals, or sorry,
What would
net negative trades,
you...
The
net
5
negative
wood or the
trades
8 wheat,
at the very
maybe?
beginning of the game,
So you haven't seen
but
the,
he progressed the same
Can I get an
level
answer?
that everyone else did and ended up winning the game. So, pretty
Okay, that was
interesting
an
how
answer.
trading can almost benefit you by giving more cards at times. Sparrow rolled a 5 and it passed. I feel like there's going to be a lot of rolling and passing by Sparrow,
This is the game
besides
of
playing
solo
for
play.
points.
Like all
I-
the
I told you I was
Swood
gonna
rolled
do it,
a
Swood.
7,
What the
I
fuck?
didn't.
and
I
then
didn't hear
blocked
you. I didn't hear you. You cut
Bohrkopf.
out.
I said all right.
No,
No,
cut
you
out.
cut out. Sorry. I was like,
Oh.
"Are you doing this? Yes, no," and then I didn't hear anything. So my bad, man.
Oh yeah, I said all right.
Yeah, that was a communication thing.
I completely agree. Danger Dane.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna hit all of you.
Sparrowhawk is
Yeah, that's
in
fair.
an even
That's a good
worse
block.
position, I would say, being or
Yeah, I
weak
was like, man,
sheep.
no one's
No,
responding.
Even
the
though they
only
have that
person.
production for development cards,
Yeah.
And I have
they're in the
no
middle
idea
of the
for
board,
Sparrowhawk, that's
so they
really-
share blocks with literally
Well, I mean,
everyone.
also, I
So
think
not
that
only are they
take
getting
literally all of his
hit all the time for their ore,
I think he has one, but
because
I
they're
do
on
think
just the
Sparrow's
12, the
in a better
3, and the
spot
4,
here.
all
Sorry,
the ore
Austin's in a
spots.
better spot right now.
But
Yeah, I got the
they're getting extorted, they're getting blocked,
In the road
as well
play.
as not getting stolen from, but they still
And
lose
yeah,
that
and
production
not
if
good
that
spot.
number rolls. It's
Yeah,
just a
just
tough
do it.
situation. I would be honestly equally as upset as
sorry.
Sparrowhawk,
Yeah.
but I do think
I'm with you.
Once you get on
stepping away from VC just further allows the table to
Now-
care
now
less about
everybody will need
how
money.
they make your life
Not
harder,
anymore.
honestly.
I can trade you a wheat.
Are you trading it? What do you want? You
A
have to say
brick
wood
would
or
be-
sheep. You have to say wood or sheep.
Okay, so
because that's what I'll get
wood.
from me.
a little bit in this
You want a
game,
wood? Okay.
Swood has rolled a 7, blocked Sunset. Sunset's definitely the next person in the lead compared to to Swood, just off of position, I would say.
This is the trade thing.
Sunset blocks,
Don't
or
take
sorry,
it,
Swood
stolen
blocks the
from
9 though,
City.
I
Perfect.
know.
which I think is a fine block.
It's not a city.
I've been
I knew it wasn't a city.
My bad. I must have mistracked. Somehow I thought he had 2 ore and 2 wheat.
But I almost like the 10 better. I was double checking that the 10 wasn't blocked previously, but it wasn't.
Wow, you're really bad at this game, Sunset. Oh
Dude,
my
I'm
god.
And then
so-
Swood is
so
able to
bad.
get
Oh, it's you
his
first. Let's
his
go.
settle.
Let's go.
And Sparrowhawk blocks where it should be
He's mad at
blocked is
you
on a
first.
brick. And I think the 9 is of course gonna look better than the 10 at this moment. Yeah, so I think Swood should have actually blocked the 10 brick. Even if it had rolled, the brick is just so valuable.
I think no road network is a little bit an understatement. I think you can still get a road network.
I'm not to fight with Sunset and still have an efficient enough game to win versus you and Sparrow.
In fairness, Wood, I don't think you need to chat to him. I think he's just tilted, and so he's gonna solo you twice, and then he's gonna solo me twice. Is literally what he said before he quit.
Well,
Sparrowhawk did say
that
that.
is
I don't
great.
remember. I don't know if you guys
the
can
last
hear
time I
them.
got soloed on a 9
I'm
brick,
sure you
I lost
can, but
18 cards in my national qualifier final table against Oreo,
That's brutal.
and
I
then
will say-
neither of us won.
if we see
It makes
multiple
me feel
solos
bad.
though,
It's better
it
to get soloed
might
in
be a
the early
situation
game
that we have to
than
look into.
in the mid, right?
Because then it
No,
just
'cause
like
you fall behind
kind of
with that.
sours the
Like, I'm gonna
integrity
get
of the
plowed on
game.
8-4.
Yeah.
Fairly
I don't
to
think
blue,
you're gonna- I
honestly,
told
like
you I wasn't gonna plow you
the
down.
game is kind of messed up a little bit and messes it up for everyone.
Who's to
Yeah,
say?
fall behind and die.
I honestly
is-
think
is
if
a pretty big
the
issue.
players were going for ore,
I don't think so.
which
I
they
have too
100%
much
were,
interest to fall behind and die.
then there should have been
Yeah, me too.
at least
Bohrkopf,
one
do you
of the
want
2
insurance here?
conversations for an extortion for ore.
What do you want for it?
Because
Any card of yours.
I don't
choosing.
think there was any. And blue is not in a
Um,
winning position, in my opinion. The people on brick are.
Or if you could like promise to roll a 7 and unblock my 9, I'd take that too.
Yeah, I can promise to roll a 7 for free insurance.
Okay, so if you're gonna roll a 7, do you want me to take a card off of you?
Oh, this is
Yeah,
like
okay.
next gen negotiation. Holy
You can
shit.
take a sheep. You can take a sheep.
Okay.
He's so fucking smart.
So Sparrowhawk bought a dev after soloing Swood and some passes. Failed trades. Swood traded
Sell cars.
1 wood for
That was the
2
smoothest sale I've ever seen.
sheep,
If you were
From
Gonna
Bohrkopf?
sell some iced Eskimos here.
and that's for insurance, I believe.
It wasn't a 7.
Alright.
Bohrkopf rolls a 4.
He actually has 2 ore in hand. That might.
I was
Yeah.
about to say he's waking up a little bit.
I think it's probably just a pop here, but it's close.
He's waking
Yeah, it's okay for bohrkopf to pop in this
Sparrow's
game.
actually cooking.
I
close to
don't
the city,
think.
right?
But Sparrow,
I think he needs a
I
city.
mean, I think it's okay if Sunset
Sparrow
does
is the
just
guy that
for
has-
defense.
okay, let's.
But if I
let's
was
go.
Sunset, I would prioritize
I think it's
expanding,
pop
which I'm
for
sure
now.
they are.
Yeah, but I'm trying.
And maybe just wanted to get rid of the 1 ore in their hand since they hadn't been rolling any yet.
I mean, Sparrow's gonna hold in city. He
And
needs a
it'd be
city,
tough
then
to
he can
4 for
dev.
1 without the wood port at the moment.
Yeah, I got a pop. That's annoying.
Not like this. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
bohrkopf offered 3 cards for an ore to city. Doesn't
need
get the
wheat?
trade.
You,
And instead
is that
buy a
brick
development
burning
card.
a hole in your pocket there, or what?
it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
We're best friends. We're the best of buddies.
So
God.
Sunset is able to road settle, which is pretty big because now
We stick to all of our deals.
they can efficiently start saving for a city.
Yeah, I think that burned me last time when we played.
I didn't burn. You want to deal?
No, the fact that I didn't go back on the deal.
Oh. I guess I could have plowed to 8-4.
Oof, guys, it's getting bright over here.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh,
I feel like I should almost learn my lesson and go inside. Because last time
Please.
Hell no.
the sun started to sun,
We've rolled
and then my
so
computer
quite bad.
started to slow down a bit.
Yeah, but like most of those were.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna go inside.
So
Give me 1 moment.
no.
In the
more.
meantime, though,
Oh, really? But you've got 3 now, so.
join the game.
Fours, right?
I don't have 3 ore.
Well, because you spent it on it. I meant 3-4s hit while it was open.
Yeah. Yeah. 3-4's hit while it was open, but I think it got blocked twice as well.
Yeah,
So.
you got a tough sequence where you take death. But that's why it needs to stop now, because you'll get the city.
yeah, I'd rather you with army than a city.
Obviously.
It's kind of resuscitating Sparrow.
Yeah, I feel like Carter's definitely in the lead right now.
I would politely disagree.
I'm with
What?
you.
Who do you think is in the lead?
I will offer no counterpoint, but I will disagree.
Lovely. No, I'm with you. 5's a free card. Got the triple shared weed.
Oh my god, I have the
Hey
same
guys,
hand as last
I'm
time.
back.
So
Not only am I back, but my computer did not freeze up,
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
dropped the 3 to
plugging
1
my
again.
computer in the charger.
okay.
We've learned so much. Loki, my puppy, was also crying, so I had to come and make sure that
He's declining so quickly.
they knew they were taken care of.
He's not even thinking about the deal.
But back to the game. Let's
Sunset's
see
just
what we
metagaming
missed
you. He
here.
wants-
Sunset
he wants
Road
Sparrow to get
settled.
mad at you so he
Sparrowhawk
doesn't
rolled
get
an
blocked.
11, bought a dev.
Don't tell him my
Again.
secrets.
Sood rolled a 4, was able to buy a dev. bohrkopf also bought a dev. So every player is buying devs, which I think is very
Hey,
fun.
I don't have a city.
It isn't as straightforward as a lot of, I would
Any
say,
interest in porting me an ore
mm,
so I can unblock myself and block that ore?
season or like older players would play it, where people strictly play, with the road players buying 1 dev until it's a VP and etc. But these are like, I would say, new
don't
gen
know.
players, at least bohrkopf, Sunset, and Swood. I'm not as aware of in terms of like the lineage of Sparrowhawk personally,
yeah, but we're spending
but
nights. We gotta flush those nights.
either way, I kind of love
Now,
the
if we don't do that, we're gonna have to
dev
spend
buying,
7s, and then on after every 7,
situation
we're gonna
here.
get
I think it's
blocked.
very fun.
I don't disagree, but I'm just saying like you could like block the 5, then 4 on 6 anyways. So.
Yeah, well, I'd block
Yeah,
the 4.
it was super
Really,
hot
you-
outside.
you-
Not hot
you
outside,
block,
just
it's not
bright. I
necessary.
could like barely see.
Yeah, but flushing the nights, like he's only
Kind
gonna
of like,
get
yeah.
3 to 6 nights in a game, right?
No, I agree. We should make them play nights.
So taking a quick look
I
at the
just
board
think
here,
I'll block them is
I think
unfortunate.
we had
Well,
someone
do you have
call
any
them
other
out
ideas? 'Cause I do think that
specifically.
we should. I think if we
Um,
don't, then we might just fall behind the dev players here. But I feel like I'm kind of building to 10.
Yeah, Harry
unless we
Shower
lack on road.
pointed out that
I'm on
Sunset
2
looks like the
points,
favorite
bro.
here. I would have to agree. I think 6, 9, 10 in first position is
Like, do you
very
want a 3 to 1
strong,
port and use?
and the correct spot because you get on brick. But pretty much whoever gets onto the 5, 9, 10, I think, is in a great spot regardless on this board because of the high, production of wheat that Kelly pointed out earlier. The double 6 and the double 8.
I don't know why you guys are collaborating.
I don't know either. I don't even.
Well, I think
I feel like you guys are just in the lead, and then you're just gonna get more and more in the lead. I feel like
I
it's just-
don't think
So
I'm necessarily in the lead. I think
we've seen 2 solos, I believe, from
Okay.
Sparrowhawk, who's now able to city.
the dev players are slightly ahead of me, and and Sunset has road, so it's like I'm more gonna build a 10 probably.
So Swoot said dev players are more ahead than he is, and he's built a 10, which built a 10 might be the case. Not for sure. I think Sunset's a favorite to take
I don't have to
road,
read.
but he's
I
also
don't know.
buying devs, so it's fair to say that. But at the same
If enabled, I
time,
would have asked that.
I think it's a
but I don't
little
think he wants to get
little
buffed.
sprinkle of table talk in there, a little sprinkle.
Dude, the mono was really bad for me.
Yeah, I feel you.
I had so much weed.
I think he got some from me.
Oh, I completely missed this mono. I'm sorry, guys.
He got
So
two
Sparrow
from
rolled a
me.
7, blocked the
5 from
10,
you.
and then stole from Sunset, and then
Yeah,
monoed,
he got-
which
he
made
got 3
sense
from
how
me.
they were able to city. I was
Issue is that
wondering
bohrkopf
why
had
because of their
2 or 3
production,
weed.
but
Yeah.
Now he just has 2
they
or 3
monoed
shoes.
and then 4 for 1 for a
Yeah.
brick, which is a great
This
card to
is
pull, I
really
think,
bad.
in their
It's
spot.
my turn. Alright, I'll give
Unfortunately, people have already started
And so
getting
is-
ahead of them in terms of
Yeah, I'll
army,
just
which
pass.
is their win condition
Yeah.
and
Even though I have-
necessary.
even though I
But
have
getting
some-
ahead on
No.
production compared to the table being the only
have
first
some,
player
like-
to city is
Thank
huge.
you, go
non-flip
for
on
it.
And the mono
Yeah, 2 non-seal, so that's probably good.
is probably not the strongest since it's wheat, and
Still the
everybody
mono
will
man.
always have
It's going right back
a
to
lot
the
of
top.
weed a lot of the time with the 8 and the 6.
So cool how he's like a
But
really good, stable player.
It allowed them to city, which was necessary. So I think it's a great mono by Sparrowhawk in that spot.
Punishing someone who's not even
Sunset rolls a 7. It decides to steal from Sparrowhawk, maybe as some I'm gonna get back at you because he soloed him,
Solos.
but
So
he
now
hits
that all
him
of your knights
regardless.
are gone,
And I
I'm
do
gonna
think he
play
values
them.
the city here.
You're a genius.
And Sparrowhawk is now, I guess, in
Why
the
is he on
game.
his years?
But if we start seeing, multiple knights from bohrkopf, I'm not sure how ahead Sparrowhawk actually is, because I think bohrkopf will kind of, lay low a little bit and remain under the radar until they city. And being ahead, whoever has the city in his head on army is definitely going to be the leader. So we'll see how the rolls go and where the
I
sevens
love Sparrow.
start going. But if
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
pretty much anybody but Sparrow blocks, Sparrow will get blocked because they share, all these shared spots, basically.
Okay,
The 4, the 9, the 3, the 6. Everybody's
Well, so
blocking each
bohrkopf, the
other,
issue here is that
especially
if you
surrounding
were
the
moving a knight
city.
And giving Sunset a non-steal, you're robbing from me
So,
instead of
I don't know.
Sparrow.
I
like,
see
I don't know
Sparrowhawk
if you
with a
wanna
city,
play
but
bait
You know that?
I don't know
Well,
what
you-
what they're saying in
You
the
said-
game
you said
chat
I'm gonna move
either,
it to the 6.
because they're not in VC, and I think they're communicating
Yeah.
that way. But
Because no one has weed.
yeah, I don't think
But then
they're in
you're
a
gonna rob
monster
from me.
spot at all.
'Cause he'll be
And
on
I
the
think
cards.
Sunset getting
Like, I think
soloed
you should
again on the
roll and-
10 when they got stolen from was like partly aggression,
I mean, you don't have
which
to
is
get it out,
completely
I
fair,
just care that I get my
honestly.
pistol at some point.
Like they
Yeah,
have a
I
city,
was
but
just saying this probably isn't the turn that it happens.
But he wants to pin in the 6 because we're all weedless right now. Because Sparrow spent all the weed
Yeah.
too.
No, he's got 1 left.
Oh, my bad. I saw the D4 one. I wasn't trying to mislead.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I don't think robbing from me here is necessarily the right play. Feel like I'm pretty build a 10 here.
so Bohrkopf rolls or he's gonna play a
You're
knight,
cutting
I
out
should
the
say.
troll.
You cut out.
Should
Are
play
you
a
gonna
knight.
trade it to me or am I gonna have to go?
Sorry.
For
you
what,
just
sorry?
cut out a ton.
So are you gonna trade the wheat?
Because
to me, or
Bohrkopf
am
needs
I gonna have
pacing.
to go?
Arrow has the
So
weed.
that's why they're gonna
the
aggro,
brick, I mean,
basically.
brick, sorry.
They're unblocked, and
What are you offering?
it's important to hold on to knights especially for the 4 orb, but
Sheep?
Tempting. and you're moving it to my 6, and I need weed.
Or perhaps he isn't.
So I don't know if Kelly's still here, but we had a pretty long
He has
one
to solo-
earlier
he has to solo
with
Or-
Yeah,
a lot of
talk me-
great players.
Talk me through this game plan, bohrkopf. I didn't really hear you fully.
Well, so it's basically a brick for a non-steal.
Like
So you're playing a knight here?
E-Box, Sarp and Sharp.
Yeah.
Basically, like
you're moving
we
it to
knew
the
it was gonna
6
be a
weeds.
long game.
No, sure,
Yeah.
it's a non-block.
A player
Yeah, I
isn't
mean,
even
I
at
need a
5
weed right
points,
now, and if I don't have
guys.
brick either,
And I
then
feel like we've
I'm
been
waiting
playing
my
for
6-year-old,
at
which
least
means I'm
40
waiting for a
minutes.
7 and then a 6.
All right.
It's pretty insane.
I
That's
mean,
all I'm
I'll
gonna
do
say.
it. I'll do it. But yes, I'll do it. Rob,
Maybe there are a lot of 7s. I'm not
I'll do it. Okay.
I'm not sure if I quite remember that. I just think there's a lot of yappering.
Good commit to the knight. I respect that.
I mean, I don't think I can do it for sheep though.
You told me you'll do it. What?
Yeah. I mean, I did, but
Okay, so
My hand
bohrkopf
is
decides to move it to the 6.
Wanna do this?
Steal from Sparrowhawk. Have an extortion from one of them.
great.
I think there's a world where bohrkopf actually hits, either Swood or Sunset for that brick. I guess
Like,
Swood.
Questioning how I
But
win if I
he
get
always,
settle.
I think, would
Sparrow's
hit
got the
blue
same
because
It's
blue is
not
their
settle,
his
actually.
direct
I
competition.
don't
So
have
it's
it.
like a half bluff, almost.
Hmm.
Yeah, actually, I would prefer doing this. Mm-hmm.
You're just passing on 8 cards with the 1-1. Like I'm confused.
No,
You're
on
doing
7
something.
cards.
No, but the other one, you're 1-1. You said you're doing nothing. You're deving here, right? For army.
No, I don't have weed.
So you're gonna hold on 8
So-
cards if I do the 1-1.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do the 1-1.
All right, I'll do the 1-1.
No,
Well. you
So
see,
I think
this ratio
bohrkopf
best. If you want to get
should
under,
try his best to
you
settle
can do
here.
something like this.
This game has had
I think
the
that's why
soundest
he's
explosions of all time.
requesting for brick and willing to hold on 7 because you just hold the brick
I mean, I just don't think
and you
blocking my
roll,
weed and then
like
I'll be
into
left with no weed, no
the
brick,
wood
and I'm,
basically
Alright.
like
because
I'll hope for
you're
no
on
7, I
2
guess.
production of sheep and of course
my hand is garbage.
bohrkopf
anyway.
always gets wheat
yeah.
all the
We
time.
might be able to give you insurance. on
That's
my
why I
weed.
think leaving 5A10 in 7th position,
Okay.
literally 7th position. I'm gonna make sure here.
Holy shit. There's no way I'm joining this clown. I'm gonna just hold play. It's terrible. I need to
Like
step-
I don't understand. I just think it's an incredibly strong position, like strong spot.
What was I supposed to do? Did you know what my
I
hand
think
was?
Sunset should have
No,
taken
no,
that
no.
spot.
I'm just.
But he's still leading right now, so
I'm sure you do.
we'll see what happens.
I think I do.
There was not a trade that went through,
See?
unfortunately, for Bohrkopf, which means he's holding
We
on
just hold-
8
we'll hold.
for no
Yeah, we'll
reason.
There
I
we
don't
go.
think they could have 4 for 1
I
at the
don't think
time,
Sparrow's holding.
which is why they didn't want to give
He's got
2
at least one
cards,
weed pop.
and also why
He
they
should
were going
hold
to
it, and I
hold
should roll a 7.
No.
over 7.
No, stop.
No.
Come on,
Don't
guys.
do it.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun to
Sparrowhawk
score.
rolls a 9,
Yeah, see?
Okay, I'll try not to. I'll try not to.
Oh,
buys a
he's got-
development card.
This is
So
getting
this
invalid.
is incredibly
Oh,
important turn
okay.
for Bohrkopf to settle,
I think for
to then really lean into, buying development cards
did
or
you
we
say
cheap
my
and
bad?
then City.
I said
But that 7 just completely
His
kills
Sparrow's
him.
over. Or not
It
over
completely
now.
kills him. Now I would honestly say the
Haven't you
momentum is
used my
shifting,
just
where
for the record,
Sparrowhawk is
dumbass.
almost
My plan
becoming the
was to
leader
make it
pretty
to
soon here.
16, and then
Um,
ask for the sheep to be 3-1. So
Because they already have the City,
Correct.
and
Genius.
because Bohrkopf has not settled yet,
Yeah,
and they rely right
yeah, my
now on
plan
4
was
for
to ask
1s for an
insurance
or,
with-
or the 4 literally to roll,
I was
which is
planning to
protected by
offer Bohrkopf
Sparrowhawk.
insurance for sure, and I would have done the porting because I was.
But
since I
Sparrowhawk has
port-
just been able to catch up on devs
Basically,
already.
his plan was to roll
And if we see another knight from
No,
Sparrowhawk
I tried not to. I said.
after this orbit, as they've
I swear.
popped 2 devs, so we
Um,
we don't know
Bohrkopf,
what
do you
those
want
are
brick?
yet.
No, I rolled a 9, so I actually have brick.
the table can be in trouble. Where I think Sparrowhawk is actually
yeah,
in a
you
great
wanna do or for
spot,
brick?
and the
Whatever
leader
you want. I don't care
between
what it is.
Bohrkopf
I just
and
want
Sparrowhawk
make sure
as
you
the
get a
or
brick
we
at some point
cheap
here.
development card
Yeah,
players
nice.
for that specific win condition bonus.
You have no weed. You're just
No.
Which is pretty crazy, and I wonder if Sparrowhawk actually returns to VC. So for those of us, or those of you who have not been here, just joining us at the moment. Sparrowhawk left
It's crazy how we
VC
all have no
at probably the second orbit
the
after
mono
there were
will do
two
that to
sevens
you.
that were rolled and they got hit twice, reducing their
Yeah, but like I have the 6
or wheat
how am I
hand
not
to I
getting
believe
wheat?
just a wheat. But since then they've been able to catch up, and we'll see if they return.
Points of
There were a couple solos that
every
happened
food-
between
every
Sparrowhawk
rolls
and
or
some
so,
players, but
should be getting
I think that the table's leveling out
Better
a
not.
little bit as well.
What's the move, Swiftly?
Regardless, though, Sparrowhawk actually has been hit
All our hands. suck.
consistently by the other players, even when they haven't been in VC. And I think it's easy to
Apparently,
extort
apart
other
from
people and
Sparrows,
just rob the
he just
person who
fought
isn't in
two
VC or who isn't talking. And we're not sure what communication Sparrowhawk has had with the table, because more than likely they're using the game chat, which we don't have access to as
Yeah.
viewers.
For us. I think Swood's right. Like it's
Swood rolls a 7, of course hits Sparrowhawk based off of that position. Uses a Yop to then buy a dev and
I don't want to
settle,
play an aggressive knights here.
which is pretty
No,
interesting.
you should hold it.
I think
never mind.
I would have personally saved it for a city.
Maybe I should have.
I don't know. It'd be
And
more
I'm
for the
not
table
kind of
for
sure
yourself, like,
what game Swood is
Yeah.
trying to play here. They did mention that they were built to 10,
Uh,
which
I-
in order to do so, you basically need
before.
non-knights, especially
And
when
however,
you
Swood
have
is not even on
two
him.
dev competitors
Yeah, I don't
speeding
think
up.
that's-
Borkov finally gets their settle, so it's very important for the table. And Borkov isn't forced to even play their other dev, which I don't know we've seen yet.
Good idea.
And Sparrowhawk does not have a knight here, unless they're going to use a Yop of some kind, which should be actually better news to the table and better news to Borkov, so Borkov can focus on sitting. Because Sparrowhawk's priority, I think, is going to be
Do
to
you think he
settle.
doesn't have a knight, or does he just not care about the knight?
Yes.
There's a lot of knights out though.
What do you mean by yes?
Good question.
Sunset builds 2 roads onto the 8. I love that move so much. Gets onto the best
Which
port
one
of the
is it?
game. Gets onto the same
Yes.
amount of
I don't have this.
wheat that Borkov is on, which
Yeah, I don't
guarantees him
think it
wheat
means with the city
the rest of the
makes sense.
game. Basically unblockable.
I don't know.
Maybe it does.
I'm not convinced.
No,
Swood
it
is
doesn't.
You sure?
looking for a ore or a wood and is offering wheat. Seems like a wheat mono to me, or like a dirty mono of some kind. I'm not sure why you would want to trade away wheat at that low amount of number. And I think like the benefit might be marginal, especially at this stage in the game. But he does have a 3-for-1 port, so it could have been an important turn where he like cities the 6, 9, 10, which would be a crazy, actually very great move.
Oh, he won't like that.
Nice.
Swood rolls an 8, buys development card. Borkov rolls
I
a
gotta
2,
try.
Yeah, I think
If
just
he's
rock
not-
for it.
which no one's on. Plays a
If he's not
knight.
responding, I have to try.
He's not gonna answer.
Yeah.
So I guess they're trying to message
I didn't think he was
Sparrowhawk
going to, but still.
right now in the game chat, but they're not responding.
0? What?
Nice.
I think they're kind of over
I-
this game.
I don't think.
For a brief moment, excuse me, there was
What?
a time where we thought Sparrowhawk could catch up, or I thought at least,
Possibly it's not time.
based off of just position. But
I
if
think
like if
he
Sparrowhawk
probably
pulled 2,
is-
like a road builder and like a VP or something,
Well,
just devs to
One
not
way to
help
find
their
out.
case whatsoever,
Actually, he for sure. is
they're almost like back to I'm dead, which no player is ever dead until the black screen appears, but still.
Well, I didn't get it, even if he wasn't telling the truth.
Sorry, my dog's all over me right now.
Now I'm doomed. Now-
Borkov
now
blocks
I'm
his
just
best spot, which is
something
the
that
6, the
extends
triple
the
shared 6, takes army,
So
steals
no.
from
I'm
Sparrowhawk.
done.
I
Well,
think
you are in the lead.
he's asking Sparrowhawk for an extortion. They're saying he's not going to respond. Sparrowhawk believes they're not in a great
I'm
spot.
just gonna.
Probably so,
Go
but
ahead.
Borkov just
Empty
makes
my
an
hand.
excuse anyways
Time to
to
hide.
hit Sparrowhawk, I think.
Dude,
Where
okay,
that's their
I have
direct
army locked
competition.
now.
Borkov should normally always hit
I got 2
Sparrowhawk,
knights.
and Sparrowhawk should normally always hit Borkov.
Wow, he actually has 2
There's
knights.
1 player going for road, and 2 people going for devs, and 1 built to
Oh.
10. who's
Bohrkopf
also
double
buying
dev.
development cards.
Spicy.
So just something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
And the tough thing is, like, you can block the 5 and, you know, affect 2 leading players with, you know, the solo road player and your direct dev competition on the 5 wood.
Yeah.
But the 4 ore is just a better block on bohrkopf for efficiency wise. So it just leaves Sunset.
Yeah. I don't think
Unblocked.
there's any way I'm. losing
But
army
Sunset hasn't done much since we've talked about their spot.
at this point.
They're still at 4 points.
Oh.
I think Swoot is potentially
Like,
setting up
everybody should
a
just
plow.
give up on it.
If for whatever reason Sunset does not get the settle on this turn,
Yeah.
Swoot thinks he can maybe roll into a Yop
I-
situation where he
The-
road
the only
settles,
thing that I have going for myself is
and
just
that
keeping the
would
6 block the entire time.
kill Sunset
and trying
and
to
give Swoot a very, very high
have all of the
chance
wheat.
to
So do
propel
we think that
further
means
in
that
this
he has
game.
like,
I
like
believe.
2 VPs right now and he just doesn't want to get blocked?
Because it cuts, it
Yeah.
doesn't cut Sunset's road network per se,
Maybe.
but it forces him to just be,
I'm-
you know, a player that has to lay a lot of
cutting roads.
roads again because they need to settle at a different spot, probably the 5-2.
Yeah, so like both of you must have EPs, and I have 2 knights.
Swoot rolls a 7. I think the correct block is the 4.
How am I always cutting out?
You force Bohrkopf
Like,
to play
I
the
can
knight,
hear you now.
and if he doesn't,
What-
you get
what
that
is the
info,
issue there?
which
don't
may
know.
or may not be important.
I mean,
He has
you
at
wanna do
5
non-steal
points
for
with
non-steal?
army, 3 settles, and 2 unplayed dev, so you could assume
Me?
7 at that
Yeah.
moment. But without a city, Bohrkopf is less of a immediate threat than, you know,
It's a good time to remind you that Swit not.
the situation might present itself to be. Sparrowhawk
I mean,
gets
I did
hit
trade
here
him though. I
again.
traded him the brick the very next
So
turn. He was
whether
holding it
it's
anyways.
in VC, out VC, Sparrowhawk is just getting almost all of the robs, and I think post game we're gonna take a look at those stats and see how
Here's the non.
there's a reason why
Here's
Sparrowhawk
the
left
non-steal.
VC. And honestly, I'm starting to empathize because it's a little frustrating. If Sparrowhawk has 3 VPs, okay, we've had the last game where Ebox pulled 3 VPs playing Or We
I
Cheat when he
traded
was
him the
ahead,
next turn.
lost. Same situation happened with Harv the day prior. If this is the same kind of
I mean,
situation,
to be fair, he was
that would
actually
be
didn't really
incredibly
care.
nuts.
He rushed the block.
And I don't know if Kelly's still here,
We
but
can make the deal.
that would be insane.
That's true. Oh my gosh, guys.
Yo, welcome Griff.
Yes.
Just taking a look at
my plan is
chat.
working. The 6 blocks. Want to give me insurance, Sword?
Maybe.
I got no cards in 13 rolls. Was that sequence?
Yikes. What are you offering for it, Bohrkopf?
Oh, what's up, Robin?
One of your 6 wheats?
Dude, the Leo movie, it was really good. Actually, I liked it a
Yeah,
lot.
because you have what, 2 or
It was
6
good.
wheats
It
now?
was
I
long.
would do it for a wheat.
I got a little
You can get your
sleepy,
city.
but it was good. It was good. I recommend it.
I mean, do you want to do it for an ore? I'd do it for an ore too.
No. I'll do it for a week.
Okay, so Griff
I think
says
I'm-
Swoot is gonna win this game, which is pretty
I
interesting.
need the wheat for my city.
So you have 5 wheat.
Then I think it
for
depends on whether or
one,
not he gets
yeah.
the
sheep.
plow for that to
It's
be
looking like Swit has
a statement I back up.
Yeah, I know.
But
my hand is all
I
weak,
think
so I
he
really need
does.
6.
Like the road there to the 8-4,
No, but you probably want that 4.
I guess is his
I
best
wasn't gonna
road for
give
like a
you
road settle
a
somewhere next, compared to the 11-4 or the 10 sheep.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
give
But this
you,
screams Yob into
Yeah, I'll do
road
that.
settle, Swoot ending, Sunset's kind of lengthen this game, and
Don't-
laying low a little bit as the
The
favorite
sheep,
for
yes.
road.
Yeah, but what are you doing this turn? I wanna know first.
Probably gonna drop a road, maybe a dev.
Although if he does do that,
What-
then his
what are you-
length
what do you mean by
is a
maybe?
little limited.
Well, I'm not
Compared
trying
to
get hold.
Sunset.
I'm not.
So
100%
we'll see
on
what
that.
happens. I think long-term Sunset
You're getting your.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
giving
ends
you
with
your-
road.
Yeah,
I
or
don't
should
wanna
end
give
with
you any
road.
more free cards. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I don't think you're giving me anything.
I'm not sure.
He's definitionally.
I'm unsure.
something.
And I feel like you can like take road for 9 right now, like settle to take road for 9, I think that's very scary.
I mean,
Settle
you're
for
assuming that I
5,
have all
take
non-knights.
road, and then 2 VPs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a
Interesting.
worst.
Interesting.
So Swoot is gonna save for a city.
No.
Bohrkopf should hit Swoot, in my opinion. I think Sparrowhawk is probably on 6 points.
Okay,
5 points
Swoot, are you
with
trading me that ore?
a mono. Probably not because they pulled
Block?
the mono earlier, but maybe they pulled double. Or something useless like a road builder and 2 VPs or something.
No,
but
I will. Yeah.
I don't think it
the
should be
odds are good,
Sparrowhawk
so-
anymore.
I'll give you whatever I steal from Sparrow.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh my god. They're still hitting
Okay.
Sparrow. I would honestly be so frustrated. Incredibly frustrated if I was Sparrow. Yes, Sparrow left VC. This is exactly
Okay,
why.
so
This is ridiculous.
You really need to be blocking Swoot.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think this
I'm
is
just
it.
gonna knight him right now.
Oh. Are
Okay.
You? Really?
So he rolls a 7,
No,
has an
I'm
extortion,
not sure yet.
That is.
and then
interesting
comes back and
strategy.
hits
I'll
Swoot,
knight
which
you
is a
right back.
fair thing to do.
I just traded you a city.
And then gets his city. That's a baller move by Bohrkopf. Okay.
Yeah.
He just made up for a little bit, but literally Sparrowhawk getting hit there, I was like, what is
I mean,
going
I will
on?
say if you aggro knight here, I'm probably gonna.
But that's a great
knight on
move.
you.
No, Bohrkopf is quite literally a baller.
Snarky comments.
I think you just joined us now, Griffin, but pre-game,
Like Bohrkopf, the reason I'm
24K,
there is
Sunset,
I think you're
and
in decent
Bohrkopf
spot,
were
but you're not,
talking a little bit about
super far
Bohrkopf's
away leading.
accolades in the
But if you
Risk.
start aggro
competitive
knighting me, then
community.
I
No,
can't,
I'm not.
can't like pace with you
Insane.
on this board.
Literally just
The
a
other thing I'll
baller.
say,
Division 1 champion after
is you
like
might
his second
want
month in Div 1.
Wood Knights it off of something important. Be able to put red.
Yeah, I mean Sparrow has the
Also,
ore,
I'm-
right? Like
I'm kind of
basically the
scared of
ore. Like
Sparrow
that's what they
so
always
easily
look for,
right now.
what they're plucking, and it's so easy to just say like, I'll extort you for this, and then I'm gonna hit the player that's not in VC. Correct, Robin. He is young. Yeah, he's insane.
Sunset, is there anything we can do to help you here, or what are you thinking?
So Bohrkopf does get his city from that chain
I mean, I got
reaction of
Brick. Does that
plays.
help you at all or no?
Even after 70 now, which is pretty insane. Sunset rolls a 6, Sparrow
No
rolls
eyes.
a 9, Swoot rolls a 6.
Gotcha, so there's no wood on this board.
So it doesn't look like they actually have the Yop, because I think they would have 100% plowed Sunset again. I know they played one earlier, actually. Maybe both have been played. Okay, no. Swoot definitely played one earlier because he road settled onto the 8-4 as well as bought a development card. Sorry, my puppy's peeing.
So sorry, what do you need, Swoot?
Anyways, yeah, so I don't think he has a Yop, and he doesn't have a road builder
but-
either because he wouldn't waste those resources for the road. So he's most likely
I
on
know.
at least one VP
Wood is like
and
Appreciate it.
probably
really
potentially
close
a
to getting to
mono,
8 with road
maybe
and
2
offsetting
VPs.
for 9.
So
Like, that's
Bohrkopf's
pretty-
hesitance
pretty
to
scary.
trade him at all in this
Coming up with these
position
imaginary
where he could
points, though.
settle,
Why imaginary?
Might be the
Okay,
nine.
so now
know,
it's
road,
city.
Maybe the nine purple.
go to 9 points is
That'll
very
take
real.
road for the win, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I have a knight. It's the 6. You saw how many times he rolled. Like, your
So
hand is
Swoot
6
said
wheat,
he has a
Sparrow's
knight.
hand's 4 wheat, I have 2
And there's
wheat,
been
like,
times where I say,
Or
I
five.
don't
Why would I
believe
take it
you,
off the
bro.
six?
I do not, like talking specifically about Swoot, I don't believe you.
Especially
And
if
he's
you
like, no, I do, I just don't want to play it. And he does play it later, and I
mean,
feel
if he
kind of
does
dumb.
again, I don't think he might just
However,
have his second city at
The only reason why I have hesitance at times
I have the knight.
is
I don't
because
know.
Swoot can be sometimes not as truthful.
No.
And
got
I
city.
think, and I don't mean that in a bad way whatsoever. I think there's a certain strategy to, scamming a little bit, but there's a specific window, and like, you almost have to do it in a tasteful way
Also, are
where
we sure that
you put yourself in a
Bohrkopf
winning
has knight?
position, not,
Like,
during placements where you get one trade for one road settle for a race
do you
to the
trust
board
me when I
where
say I have a knight?
the
well, you're not buying.
chilling effect, shout out Hakuna
Have you
Matata,
ever seen me live about a
YouTube,
dev though? I don't think I ever have.
is
It's a fair.
present the rest of the game.
I'm just saying.
So,
One of you is not buying.
I don't know. It could be the long
He still got
con,
his brick.
but he gets to 6 points with the settle.
Also, best.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
actually,
think-
that's.
I think I'm just gonna hit Sword now and test if he has.
I was incorrect on the points. He just needs to settle and erode.
I
think that's
I-
very fair. That's very fair. Like this is a moment where Suud could potentially be lying, and it'll be made apparent. And maybe the window is so small where it's necessary, or maybe not. We'll see what happens.
Interesting.
So sad.
Suud gets hit twice.
Again with
Sunset is still unable to settle. So Griff was completely right that Swood is in a great spot. I think Griff probably saw the potential of them having 2 VPs sooner than I did. However, who knows? Maybe it's a night. Also, thanks for the follow, Griff.
Let's go.
About time.
Up to 10.
Just kidding.
I know, right?
Excuse me, guys. Sorry.
I think I lose now.
Okay, so Sunset rolls a
I
7,
told you to buy
That was
those.
hits
just
Swood
so
again.
devastating.
Sparrowhawk rolls a 10. Sunset's unfortunately unable to
No,
settle. It's
I
so
think-
painful.
I think it's okay. So I did have a 9.
Yeah.
I mean, I was debating and not playing it there because the 10, but sometimes it's more complex than I am blocked. I use it.
So he does have a knight,
Sometimes.
Well, but you did.
which means he might
In this
be,
case, it wasn't.
his window is
I
maybe bigger right now
scared
than other
myself out of not
people's to win this
using it.
game,
In this case, the map added up.
but he doesn't have
No,
the
I just
direct one
panicked in time.
that we maybe like suspected.
Well, you definitely hit Sparrow. You're right. That's the only
Yeah.
only
we
correct
have-
choice.
We've collectively decided that he should have stolen from every time. So
Yeah, it's crazy if you hit Sparrow. It really
so
is.
it's just a 1 out of 5, right? Yeah.
yeah, no, it's not worth. It's from board.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, they do the right thing and hit bohrkopf, which I'm glad because
I feel like Swood has
This is crazy.
collectively decided to always steal from me.
You want to 3-1?
Did you see this now?
What do you want a 3-1?
Wheat for ore, please.
3 wheat?
Yes.
What?
Holy shit! I did the fucking play, guys.
so
Calculated insurance with a 3-to-1.
Value.
I am gaming.
Swood is helping out Sunset with port service. It's looking like,
That's the play that you wanted to do last time, but then Swood rolled a 7.
and it gave him insurance.
outplayed me
So I
last
believe
time.
he's keeping an extra card.
Yeah, I tried not to 7 this time because I was going to ask you for insurance, but then I forgot that I already gave you
Which
free insurance.
I think working with players to do these, like
Granted,
take
I
you
mean,
under,
my game
give you a
when
card,
I didn't get
is
it.
efficient and nice and
Yeah, my bad.
is fun, but it propels both of those players so
Yeah.
high as long as one of them, remains with those cards all orbit, as in they don't 7 out.
Okay, so now he's possibly at 7 with
I am
with
so
potential for just.
incredibly smart.
And it kind of
I
hurts the rest
am
of the
on
table.
0
So I get
cards.
like the taboo of like that being a thing and why like
Yeah, so I gotta hit
you
the
know
6.
Catan Studios might not
Oh, no,
support that
Sparrow's
as
gonna be
much,
so mad at
but
me.
at the same time, I think it's a very creative way to play this game,
Because I definitely.
and I
hit
don't
him.
think should be hindered in any way. Because that's how the game
Well,
kind of
Sunset
evolves
has
and
rolls for a
grows.
city here. Not that saying he should be hit, but
So Swood gets a dev out of that transaction. Bohrkopf rolls a 7 and blocks the 6.
damn it.
And
Our tracking
steals
is
from
terrible.
Sparrowhawk.
I know. This has not been it.
These stats are going to be insane. I can't. I'm going to look up how many. 23? I would say 15 at minimum.
Oh, look, he's blocking again.
Dude, we're not even like. Okay, we're probably like halfway through the game.
For board? I don't know about that.
Maybe a little further, depending on how endgame goes. Which endgame could always go like.
I mean, a 4 just rolled, so you can
Yeah.
Who
use
knows?
the
I
Oh
don't know.
my god.
Sorry, Alex, if you're out there.
Not my ore again.
Right. He took 2 from me.
Anyways,
He took 2 from me too.
Sparrowhawk
Just to take anything
monos,
from Swood
4 ore
to
from
Swood.
Swood. Or steals from Swood after rolling a 7, which is convenient as they want to play a mono. or they can play a
I
mono
can
and don't
confirm
have a
that is
knight.
true.
Mono 4
that is
or
true.
gets their second city.
bohrkopf, do you want
So
to do
more than
non-steal
likely
or
on 6
non-steal?
points. Do they still warrant
Mm.
these robs?
This guy
Absolutely
is
not,
too
in my
mean. It's
opinion.
like-
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
bohrkopf has army locked. Sparrowhawk
Doing
is
non-steal for
out
non-steal
of
just
things to
seems so
city.
bad, but yeah.
Now needs to settle. And then
So
city
might just
again
steal board
for
there.
6-8 points, and then rely on
yeah.
VPs. It's tough to say, I guess.
I'm just.
Maybe I'm
just thinking that
underestimating
probably I'm
Sparrowhawk.
just
I just
not
think
gonna,
I just
steal from anybody ever again this game.
I feel
so
for
then
them.
It'll just be a free.
I bet you we're at 15 robs
There you
like
go.
right now. I'm not gonna go through the log like I normally do sometimes, but I guarantee you they're at least 15 robs out of 23, which is disgusting. That's my estimate at least. Okay, Swood plays a knight, hits Sparrowhawk,
That's so hard, dude. A 4 or more
rolls.
to get a settle down. That just whatever.
So they were probably at 7
Yeah, that's a
cards,
terrible
got
mono.
hit. Yeah,
For
6.
city?
Yeah. So
Well,
they're
yeah,
at
for
7
city.
cards, which they were under at the time. Roll 2 into 8. So now they're over 7.
I don't know why he's not mono.
Swood, is buying knights,
I feel
which is
like
just
that
a
would make
tough
more sense for him.
situation, unless you're gonna like
Or
try to double play
like
here.
a ton of
But
cards,
I just
right?
think
Like
the
if
table
he monoed,
feeds
like
Sunset
12
Road,
wheat, then I think
and
it's
Army
worth.
more than likely stays with Bohrkopf. So when he
Right, I
yobbed
gotta
into
pop.
that road settle dev,
Then-
I didn't love that play.
Carter, do you have a sheep?
Maybe Army was still in like grasp,
Okay, then
but
gotta
I think with Bohrkopf and Sparrowhawk setup, it's not a winnable strategy, in my opinion.
Okay, I gotta use my nuts.
What do I know? Bohrkopf rolled a
Another
4,
God damn it.
bought a dev. Unfortunately, it's blocked. Sunset
I
rolled an
bought
8.
6 devs and got only knights. What is this?
Sparrowhawk rolled a 4. We know they have non-knights here.
If you're watching, I'm sitting
Gives some clarity that they were holding on to a mono, so maybe they were pocketing a knight and didn't care,
Yeah,
but
it's not looking good for starter.
and waiting for that mono, but I doubt it.
But why would Sarda be watching? Why would Carter be watching? He didn't have time, right? So
Yeah, he's busy.
Let me
He's
see if
watching it 2
Sparrowhawk
days from now.
has
yeah.
joined the chat. I don't think they have. We have some extra viewers there, but
What?
Why are you
Would
accepting
accept it.
sorry for all the extra noise, guys.
And I
My
also accept
puppy
those.
is being a puppy.
Okay, he's just playing it.
Stop.
Like he's not gonna take on from me.
Okay, sorry.
That's just not.
He might.
Okay, Sparrowhawk
Buy
bought a
enough
dev.
devs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Swood rolled a 6. I think I already said that. Yeah, this is why this game is taking so long, actually. I think there was a poll like who
It
takes
is
the longest
literally
turns, and
impossible
I
to
forgot
take
there
on
is a
from
joke.
the
I think
outside
Swood was
6
one of
knights.
them.
And like how many
But
nights? I think there are 30.
I was wondering why this
39
game
or
was taking so
something.
long.
We're playing with
And
22.
then there's none.
There's 22.
It's not a bad thing. Everyone like
I'm gonna be really honest.
has
with
a
22
right
nights.
to their
you.
timer,
I think you gotta
It's there for a
break
reason.
man.
and honestly, I think
Yeah,
prevents a lot of
I was
mistakes.
going to.
And it's a tool and a resource, so no
Interesting.
hate. But now we know why.
Actually, maybe I'm not gonna break the non steal. I always keep my word, right? That's
So
That's something
Bohrkopf
that
says,
I
"You
normally
know,
do.
I always keep my word,"
What if I
because
told
he
you
had to
that
deal with Swood
breaking
that he
your
was
word
gonna
would be healthier?
non-bind at this point in the game.
oh, it's obviously healthier. Swood is in a really good spot. Like he can take road and like almost win.
I completely agree with Bohrkopf.
That is
He can almost win here, because he could road into 9 points.
So now I just gotta decide.
You do.
Interesting.
So actually, if I run out of
All right,
time, the
guys,
bot's probably
I'm
steal
gonna-
Swood, right?
It will.
Oh
I'm
no!
gonna
I
distract
thought
my
it was
puppy
Swood.
for a quick
Fuck
second.
accident.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
if you want to do
uh,
the bot steal, that's 6 weed.
Enjoy the game, guys. Enjoy the game.
It's only
What?
9 brick or 4 brick.
I said if the bot is stealing, it's 6 weed hit me,
Yeah, but it's got to be 9 brick or 4 brick.
I
That's what
mean,
happens.
it's non-steal into 9 brick. I should just hit bohrkopf then.
You
Like,
should.
this game's not over. There's still time in this game.
Very close.
Yep.
Yeah. You just cut out again, Bohr. Is that just me?
No.
Okay.
My laptop just can't handle colonists.
Alright, bohrkopf, we'll save that non-steal for next time.
Sure.
Yeah,
Next
you
robber.
didn't want it anyway on this run.
No, I was hoping for the next one.
Ah, okay.
That's kind of what I thought. Okay.
And then that's alright. Next one it is.
Yeah, perfect.
Alright. I did the old peanut butter trick. Just gave him peanut butter. I normally have a dog toy that like you can put the peanut butter in and like they have to like really fight for it. Couldn't find it.
I don't have any.
So I just
more,
made it
but-
easy for him. But the guy just works so hard annoying me, so I think it's okay. But let's see what we missed here. Probably not much because food took a long time.
And yeah,
Three
now you're
left.
gonna city.
Sunset got a city.
Yes, confirmed.
Wonderful.
Now he cooks.
So
I thought
Swood
it
is
was
able
gonna
to
be 11.
settle.
11 is so good.
Bohrkopf hits Swood,
I know.
so it negates the non-steal. Sunset rolls a 6. Makes a trade with Sparrowhawk, giving him 2 cards for the 1 to then city. Very nice for Sunset on a road path to
Arrow
8
can like
points
also win.
with road,
No, we
which is
should
pretty
solo
important.
block Swood.
I think. And the only thing that separates Sunset's position with
Wow, Swood is so
Swood's
Swood.
right now is the VP that
no road builders
Swood is
left
assumed
away.
to have.
Bohr can maybe take road.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
would you,
me?
How would you propose? I
That's
stop that?
crazy. 11 of 23 steals.
Roll a 10.
No.
My
I
guess
would
is
roll
higher
7
just
and then
because
a
I feel
9.
for the guy.
Weirdly, that feels worse for me.
However, I don't know.
Okay, I'll consider it.
Sparrowhawk could be at 8 points here. I would assume at least 2 VPs from Sparrowhawk.
Sheep, I
Swood maybe at 1.
is that what you asked for?
I don't have sheep.
Bohrkopf,
So I thought we
I
should-
think,
Or
is
you
a fresh
asked
dev.
for
Yeah, that's a fresh dev.
One road.
Probably to Dev because I don't think he
We
wants
could
to
see a
do road.
situation where Sparrowhawk is at 8 points here, gets his 9th from the final city,
Yeah, like
and could potentially be locked out,
I don't really
barring
want road
a
here.
a road
I'm just
settle
gonna take it back.
or a VP
No.
pool. But if they have 3
Only if
VPs,
it
I think
wins
Swood
for
has
you,
one of
right?
them,
We need to
and the odds of them winning,
If
I
it wins
think,
for you,
are
you want road?
What I'm saying, Bohrkopf, is I'm not
More
gonna be
slim,
inefficient and take road
I would say.
temporarily so that he can take it back
I
after
think
we're
that
both
makes
inefficient
sense.
over each other. And then you just
Um,
win on devs.
again. I
Yeah,
think
because like
that's a
road is just out there,
Just
I'm
roll
not
it.
and I think
supposed
that's
to win.
what
Well, you are if you have a
the
road.
players are just like deathly scared of.
Oh yeah.
Bottom line, it should just go to Sunset.
There's a 25% chance he's a road builder, I think. Just
Really?
off a random speculation. No math intended there, just a thought,
25% chance that he has a road builder.
maybe.
That's what Sparrowhawk said.
Yeah,
GG.
I don't have anything. GG. I could
Good game.
port for a road maybe.
So 2 rolls. Bohrkopf
No.
says he has nothing.
I literally.
Sunset rolls
Notch.
a 5, and I think
Oh,
he needs to
there you
take
go.
road right here.
But that's
Now
not
I
the-
could.
Every
Still
length, you know
port
that
for
your
one
opponent
road.
has to add
That's all
an
I got.
additional, so
No, I was talking
and
about
they already
Sunset.
he'd be 2
Sunset,
behind
yeah.
once Sunset rolls
So sad.
puts 1 down for 5 roads. So
But
I
it's
think Sunset
necessary.
needs to take road right here. It would make the board feel
Yeah,
better.
take road.
I don't think it needs to be fed
Otherwise, Wood
because
wins.
he rolled a 5, and that's a road in itself.
Yeah,
I think
you know me.
With the
I
wood
think
port?
Wood might also have the road building.
Confirmed. I've been holding it this entire time for the road
We
snake.
got him.
I'm on 6. Get him. He only needs road builder, settle.
He's about to win. Get him. Get him.
No, road builder settle city. You can't settle
Confirmed.
twice.
No, I can do anything I want. If I
Who
put my
has
mind
the
to it.
road builder? God damn it.
I mean, regardless, I think you gotta drop a road here, right?
The alternative is pop.
How much you guys want to guess
could do
this game?
Riskier play, but
But you could do both.
Actually, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so depressing. Not that this is a bad game at all.
Can't you?
Drop a
do you have a
road.
spare, no? Do you have a spare wheat?
Okay, so
Yep.
Sunset
Is this emptying
rolls
your
a 5 and is looking for a trade here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it.
Makes a trade with Swoon, which is pretty crazy as they're each other's direct competition, both with Road and Build 10, which
Not the mono.
at this point is the same thing for both of
Let's
them.
go.
Take Road here, maybe has 9 points.
But you got the VP.
Either way, I think
Third mono
Sunset's
incoming?
intention was to take Road that game, so I think the decision
Actually,
to
yeah, we
Road
can
after the
roll
dev
here.
can be overlooked
Can you roll 7?
because that Road was happening
I'll try.
regardless.
Fuck.
Sparrowhawk passes,
Not very
unable to
good.
dev.
No, I know, I suck.
Swoon rolls a 5. Pretty crazy turn for Bohrkopf, I think, right here, with 14 cards.
I got only wheat and wood.
Swoon buys another dev, probably looking for that last VP. I think that's what is on everybody's mind right now. There are 11 knights played, which are
E7.
which make 3 remaining. I would guess
No.
there's 1 VP remaining
It's
after
not.
3 in blue's hand, 1
I don't
in
want to.
green's hand,
It's a 1
possibly
in 6 chance.
1, in orange or white in Bohrkopf or Sunset, but without spamming. But I'll do it quickly. Yeah, there's only been 1
If I
yacht.
7 out, I'm gonna be
No road builders. I think that's something to keep an eye on because there are a lot of double players here, and
So what do you win?
I could see a
or
world
not?
where Bohrkopf
Yep.
just
He
Road
has it in
builders.
hand.
Yeah.
Literally
And
just
then
sitting
road
here-
settles
I'm
or
sitting here
road
slow
builders
rolling you guys. I'm
connects
making it
road
hurt
settle
even
with
worse.
his 14 cards,
Right. I forgot you have. two
which would
cards.
be a baller move.
But I was like 2 VPs and you take road.
I think that's why Bohrkopf is so
Confirmed.
eager to ask Swood right now too,
Yeah,
because
confirmed.
they may have a
How do I have
window.
2 VPs and you have
I would
three?
imagine,
Sparrow has three
especially
VPs.
with the amount of cards they have in
What?
their hand,
No.
being
you have
completely
2 VPs,
unblocked,
Sparrow has 3 VPs.
and probably
Wait, guys, I have
Any-
a VP.
And
not
Sarah
a
also
lot
has
of
VPs.
rolls. Maybe not wheat because wheat is so low in the bank where there might be none to
Oh, you
produce,
suck.
Alright.
but they
GG.
miss. Okay, is it a road builder?
Yeah, I don't know about that solo block.
Well, he did it.
It has to be a road builder, no?
Next time I just rob him.
I think so.
Yeah. Next time.
Should.
Takes road anyways because he has the VP. Yeah, I think the mistake by
That's
both
Yeah.
Sunset and Swood
Yeah, we could have kept
would
that
have been
going.
to take
play
road
Bohrkopf.
sooner.
Oh, like I need this.
I think Sunset needed road.
What do you
Could have
think,
been
Sam?
fed road
Should we
maybe
go to the devs
earlier,
or
but
2 roads?
seeing that it was on the table for everyone made
Uh,
sense why
I-
it
I
wasn't.
I'm 2 for 2. I'm so happy.
You probably need to build 2 roads if you want to keep going. Orange played it really well.
Yeah, it's clean.
Yeah.
Very clean. What? We're Sparrow's devs. What?
Let's look at how many times they were.
Wait, he
Need a
did
VP
robbed.
road builder.
And the knights.
I had only knights.
You had
I
a
feel like
VP.
that's
I got
pretty
2
nice.
VPs.
11.
Sunset pulled a
Pretty
knight.
insane.
Yeah.
Slightly less than half.
I feel like that's a pretty bad.
I think that's
get, right?
a little excessive, especially
And
ended on
also-
6
Affected how
points.
It affected the trades and the pace.
I don't even know what they had.
So. Like, I.
They had
back
one
up in
VP.
the dev book.
Wait.
It's not-
Could have
When
had
do I post
the.
like screenshots again?
No, there's.
PC screenshots.
Yeah,
PC
he had both.
screenshots?
They already played both monos.
Wait,
Probably road
Sparrow
builders.
hasn't-
Yeah, honestly,
He has a knight, a road builder, and a VP.
like I said, it doesn't help that Sparrowhawk wasn't in VC, but I don't blame them. They left so early,
I don't. He probably.
and they still kept getting like pounded.
Yeah, you would assume.
Hmm,
So
that's unfortunate, right there. Should have built those 2 roads. Oh.
if Sparrowhawk ended on 8 points, I think it would have been like a more acceptable
Also, the
situation.
turn
But
where I 7'd out,
I definitely feel for them.
7 out, and
for
then I get
sure.
my insurance from Swoop.
But anyways, GG's to Bohrkopf. GG bohrkopf. Very well played game, as Killa also mentioned.
Yeah. Thanks.
Your investments just didn't pay off, Alec.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Well, anytime you settle like a 4-point spot as your third spot, it's
A little underwhelming.
you kind of need it to really pay off. Like if it doesn't pay off, like you only got 1 3 roll. If it pays off, like I don't know. I mean, obviously some amount greater than 1, it could be worth it. Like if it comes in at the right moment. But if it doesn't, like you saw how you got to 4 points, and then kind of got gang robbed a bit, and then your numbers didn't come in, and then you were just like sitting there for a while.
That did happen.
But yeah, but like Green, he was able to essentially accomplish the same thing you did with that 8-4 settlement, even though he didn't get any new resources. It was just like the higher pip spot, which accomplished a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Sweet did good.
Not
Yeah.
good enough.
Nah, in that mid-game sequence, I should have just ported for an ore, but I wanted my hand to be less concentrated with the ore in case I got robbed. And then I set it out because of it. That would have gotten me an early city.
So I was trying to figure out what was the better placement for you, Sunset, because 6-5-11 to 3-11 makes sense. But I think 8-5-3 up to 8-10 also makes sense.
My
So
concern was, I think I get the 3-1 port really late in the game, and going 8-10 kind of leaves me super jammed. Like
if you're worried about that, you can also do 8-5-10 down to 8-3.
Yeah.
So then you don't have to race, and you just go wood port first, and then after you've doubled the brick, then you go 8-3.
Yeah, I like that one a little more.
So, I mean, conceptually, I thought you were going for this 311 plan because maybe you wanted to use those 2 rows to connect later on. But I think ultimately you probably don't need to connect. You just need to focus on the right segment of the board.
That's a great
I
thing.
think, yeah.
That was
Yes.
my plan.
I
Like
was.
a wood port, then 8-3, and then back to 5-2, and then you're playing around the 4 roads on the bottom.
Yeah, and then your production's kind of tricked out because even though you don't produce ore, you produce so many other cards that you just port for.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would have done actually. I wanted to go I would have gone 8-5-10 and then just build rows on the right.
Yeah.
That seems.
Honestly, I was hoping Swid would point right on 3-4-11, and then I'd kind of
Mhm.
go 3-11 into 8-4, but he's
Yeah.
a clever duck.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to. Yeah, like he can, if he wants to, he can even do 8-4 left, but it's just up to him what he wants to do. I think.
Yeah, great game, guys. I did have some questions if that was all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so first, can we talk about Sparrowhawk? What happened there? Like,
I
did
don't know.
I feel like you guys both robbed them for probably their ore, right?
So, start of the game, I had a wood, 2 wood and an ore. I rolled a 7. Orange had the 8-5-10. White had the 6-5-11. Blue had the 6-3-12. So, considering we're on 25 pips of wheat, I thought maybe accumulating an ore might be a smart play. And then I robbed for it. And then Sunset had the same thought when he rolled the same number as I did. And then it went downhill from there.
Gotcha.
Also, like the first rob of the game was actually, I just looked it up. It was Swid robbing Sarder. So
No,
That was the third one.
that was the
Really?
third. My first turn, I rolled a 7.
wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Immediately.
That was the third rob.
Do you guys think if Sparrowhawk was there in the game, it, would have gone differently? Letting you
was.
guys know that like they're at 6 points, then they don't need to be hit like 11 of the 23 times.
It's hard to say because pulling, like, bohrkopf pulls 6 knights and he gets a lot of robber control. I make deals with bohrkopf, so I don't get hit. The dude with 2 VP, 2 mono tends to get hit because they're sitting there with 4 down devs and huge mono plays. Like, I think it more came down to the dev luck than the social element there.
I mean, at the end, I was advocating Swood and bohrkopf to just keep hitting each other for a lot, and it only worked on the last one when Bohr soloed him.
Yeah.
But I do think you're onto something where if Sparrow's in the mid game, he could probably get out of some stuff. And also, like, I don't know, man. He pulled actually the perfect devs. It's like unironically, like getting army is good for him. Getting 2 monos and a road build, probably better.
No, yeah, there was a window where I think Sparrowhawk like had the city before bohrkopf got onto the port, and we mentioned basically that if Sparrowhawk started catching bohrkopf on production and, you know, dev purchasing, like if they take army, the table should be aware of that, actually.
I also think like the second mono was like really rushed. Like it was for 4 ore to city.
Yeah.
For 9/11. That's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah. But either way, GG bohrkopf, very good game.
Yeah. Also, what I wanted to say, I think if Sparrowhawk is MVC and is like trying to table talk or something, I think he gets hit less. Like if he just like talks about the fact that he's just getting hit every time while Swood and me are in the lead, right?
Was
like,
he? Yeah.
He can also try to make deals, right? Like we were trying to like extort or something, or maybe we could have done some nonsense stuff, but he was just like in the entire time, like he wasn't trying to do anything. So
in the game chat, he wasn't communicating that much either.
No.
No, he was just annoyed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I think also like the activity stats like can really explain what happened to him. Swood has proposed to trade 17 times and got 6 trades through, like over and over, non-steal.
Those were
Yeah,
also
there's
the
a lot
turn
of
trades
like.
you and bohrkopf.
Yeah, true.
I feel like there's like
important for most of us.
a lot of like extortion where everyone kind of almost knew that they were hitting Sparrowhawk. In a like a bluffy kind of way, but you know, part of the game. But
I think it happens naturally. Like bohrkopf and Sparrow are in good spots. I'm gonna hit the 4. I'm gonna get value from one of them. If one of them won't give me value, then I'm gonna get value from the other one. It's just kind of how the cookie crumbles at times.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so not being in VC is just a really big disadvantage in general, I feel like. So
Depends on the table and the play styles. I know Ush Puppy said in the past that it's actually an advantage, but I think it depends on how well the table wants to collaborate and raid. And if they don't want to and they butt heads more, then I think it's an advantage. And if they trade lots and make deals, then it's a disadvantage.
Do you think though, like aggravating like a player like sometimes just like throws off the balance of the game, where like Sunset and, you know, Swood were both soloed just for like, you know, a statement basically?
It can at times. Like there was a road builder and a knight that didn't get played, but like I hit Sunset's 10, he hit my 9, I hit bohrkopf's 8. Like there was blocks going around the board. It wasn't. I don't think that was the case at all. Like I think the game ebbed and flowed pretty normally compared to how the devs came out.
Yeah.
I think the thing that like I was worried about was like, well, I was subbing in for this game, and it's just like, you know, to have someone solo blocking because they are angry at like how someone has acted just made me a little sad, because it's not me that he's hurting.
Yeah.
He's hurting Carter, and there's really no reason to do that.
Yeah.
And I think like when you think about it like that, it's a pretty big letdown. Like I agreed to sub because I wanted like to make sure like I could get a good score for my buddy, right? But like it's him who's good in the standings. So.
Also, I just noticed Swood rolled like 6 7s. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's skilled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of thinking.
I've been practicing on that.
Yeah,
Couldn't do it the
you're a
last
good
game.
dice roller.
I had
Um,
3. Barrow had 3. And
I
Boar
have
had
2.
2. Good win, Boar.
Yeah, GG's.
GG. I gotta go. So goodbye.
Same. Peace, guys.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I had
Sorry guys, I forgot to say bye. I don't know why I did that.
you're all good. That turn where I tried to get in charge.
Okay, I actually wasn't talking to VC. I was talking to you guys. So they probably think I'm weird. But I hit the end screen without saying bye. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. That was a really great game. I feel not the best for Sparrowhawk as they were kind of not in the best spot there. But nonetheless, GG bohrkopf. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I don't have any games scheduled at the moment, but if I do, hopefully you guys tune in. Catch you guys at the next one. Take care.